how old is your child, and then like. Hello everyone. This episode is gonna be a little bit different, but before that, hi everyone. We are the Nasi Campur Girls podcast. Ooh, I'm Dee.
I'm Adila.
And I'm Jess.
I'm gonna be the host, and I have my two co-hosts here who's not gonna be the host today because they're gonna be the person who I'm interviewing. Because the topic for today is motherhood, which I don't have any experience in, but these two that I've seen from being single to being married and to becoming a mother, I have seen them all through them. So I'm gonna be interviewing them, and disclaimer before we go deeper into the topic. Everybody's birthing experience, everybody's motherhood is different. So please take it at a very light note. And if you want to know more about advice, please comment, okay? All right. Before that, let's reintroduce ourselves first. I'm Dee, and I have no experience of motherhood. We'll start with Jess.
So I'm Jess. I'm a girl mom who is now almost 2 years old.
I'm Adila. I'm a boy mom who is 8 months? 8 months? 8 months? Yeah. 8 months. 8 months? Yeah. It's been.
How old is the child?
It's been.
That's how motherhood does to you. I get it. I understand.
It's been 8 months. 8 wonderful months.
Sure, wonderful. I think before we go into detail, I just want to point out that these two ladies here, they had two different birthing experience. I'm not even kidding when I say because I know that Jess was from government hospital, and then Adila delivered in private hospital. Right? And then boy mom, girl mom, being said, it's very obvious. And also another important thing is that Jess was normal delivery, and then Adila had C-sec. So we're gonna be tapping into all those details. So disclaimer also, it can get a bit too little TMI. So please do, you're warned. Okay? Alright, so the first thing that I wanted to ask both of you, right? You know how before labor, okay, because this is your first time, it's your first child, right? So before you go to labor itself, you have a lot of things that you are prepared for. So I want to know what you guys prepared from the beginning, very close to the labor. I understand this 9 months will be a preparation, and a lot of people will be giving you a lot of advices and all that, but I want to know what was the preparation that was done before going to the labor itself.
Okay, I'll start. I wasn't really prepared for it because the hospital bag was already packed. It was already in the car. We got everything done 2 weeks prior to me giving birth, but it happened on the last day of my checkup. My gynae told me, "Oh, I think I need to admit you already." Then I'm like, "Excuse me, what?" I was supposed to my due was supposed to be a week after. So I delivered 1 week before. So the last day of my checkup, I'm like, okay. Then I straightaway call my mom, tell me, I have to be admitted. And then my husband did all the things, send our cats to the cat hotel while I was admitting myself in. So I was just chilling in the room, I guess, waiting for all the things to happen. And it happened. But I think I don't have any prior preparation for it. I'm not sure about Jess though. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's my experience in preparing for the labor. I don't have any preparation.
Oh, well, it was for that whole long 9 months of being pregnant, right? Of course, from the time that we found out that we were pregnant, it was a very nerve-wracking experience already. And on top of that, I was also diagnosed with GDM. For those who don't know what GDM means, it means that gestational diabetes. Basically means that normally don't have diabetes, but during pregnancy itself, your sugar level tends to spike up more than it usually should. So because of this diagnosis also, I'm put on a more stricter kind of
I don't have GDM.
So lucky for Adila also, okay. But it's not, just to point out, okay, it's not it can be a scary thing if you don't get GDM under control. But as long as you jaga your makanan sikit, you know, you jaga your the main thing here is your makanan only throughout your whole thing. Your GDM will be under control and everything will be okay and fine one. So that's what I did. Right. Yes, at first I was scared when I heard like, oh, I got GDM, you know, then they give a lot of terms and to say that a lot of things that say like, oh, your child could be grown slightly bigger than what it should be, you know, all those and you may have a complicated delivery if your GDM is not under control. So, but because I know what the condition is already, so I took care of myself, right? Or it's sort of in some way make myself more healthier also in terms of what I eat. So, in between when preparing, okay, for a delivery, me and my husband, we went for something what we call a hypnosis birthing class, okay? For those who are like, especially for your firstborn, who wants to really want to have a much more calmer or a calmer delivery, right? Usually would want to choose for hypnosis.
Adila cannot relate at all.
I've had guidance from Jess, from my mom, from my sister, from my cousin. So all these classes, nee.
Didn't work for her.
I mean, it's all individual preference on how you want to prepare for your delivery. But shout out to my sister-in-law, okay, who actually offered to give us this hypnosis birthing session to kind of prepare mentally. It's more of mental preparation for a birth, right? I mean, it's not an easy thing, giving birth like at that period of time. I'm pretty sure both of us. It's like when we are really ready to deliver, there's a lot of things that went through our minds, right? Like how it will turn out and stuff like that. But yes, hypnosis birthing is actually one of it that we actually took up to prepare for the delivery. And then because I had GDM and also because I decided to go for public hospital in terms of the birthing, in terms of the delivery. So following government procedure, because I have GDM, so I have to be induced. So that means that
Is it a compulsory thing? Like everybody who has GDM has to be induced, or like some people just don't have to be induced?
if you decide to go to government hospital to deliver your baby, yes. If you have GDM, then yes, it's a compulsory thing to be induced one actually at week 37. So usually we have 40 weeks of carrying the baby to full term, and then you naturally wait for the water to break, you know, to indicate that you're ready to give birth, which I believe Adila went through that. Your water break, right? Or was it induced also as well?
Did your water break? She has grapes.
I was induced.
Oh, you induced too.
I was induced because the doctor had to break my water because
Let's be detailed.
How
about
did they?
it.
How did they break the water?
okay, I don't know how Jess experienced through the water being broke.
Same thing. I think it's the same like how Adila, they prop our VV,
Our shame. For me because okay, I went to private because for the love of God.
This whole episode is going to be traumatizing for me and everybody who's watching.
It's not that traumatizing. It's just knowledge.
For me, I went to private because for the love of God, I do not have the patience. And I cannot stand the hot weather, okay? Me checking up at the government clinic, also I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Okay, I cannot bleep this out. Okay, I cannot. Okay, it's so damn hot. And then the waiting is just so long. I still remember having to because I don't take leave. I would tell my HR that I have a checkup. Then I would come in after I'm done. But it's always like half a day after that. So my half a day is gone just waiting at the clinic. Okay, so that's why I chose private because I cannot do waiting. I really cannot. So for me, they induced me because what's in English? The air ketuban.
Water only, right? The water pouch inside. Right?
The water inside the air ketuban was lesser. So I had to be induced. When the last day of my checkup, they checked that the air ketuban is already lesser. So I had to be induced. Then I think it took a while for them. They just TMI, they just put it in, and then they just break it. Because I felt macam a pop inside.
Same thing also as well.
I felt a pop inside. So then after that, the doctor was like, okay, dah pecahkan. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Then I can feel
The water flowing out, right?
yeah, the water flowing out. So I'm like, okay. Then I told the doctor I had to pee, but I didn't know that it's just the air ketuban is just coming out more and more. So I remember going up from going up from the bed. My husband hold me. Then suddenly I just baru just stand, all the water dropped. And then my husband was like, eh. And then I'm also like, I'm sorry, I didn't pee.
No. It's just the water breaking only.
Yeah, I thought I peed, but no, because first time mom can.
Understand.
Yeah.
Totally understand
Can.
your experience.
So I'm like, I'm sorry. And then he was like, oh, it's okay. What should I do? I just call the nurse. And then the nurse came and helped to clean up. And then I peed like normal lah. But it's just that the water just splash.
Yeah, I mean, following Adila's experience of it being giving birth in a private hospital, for me, it's more of like, okay, by week 37, right? The week of week 37, I have to check myself in already into any of the public hospital that I choose to deliver in. So it's gonna be the main KL, actually hospital KL lah, right? In Jalan Pahang there. So yes, I understand. No, Jalan Pahang. Yeah, Jalan Pahang. Yeah, the Bulatan Pahang. Is it Bulatan Pahang there? Jalan Pahang there lah.
I don't know. It's in KL.
Yeah, the main general hospital lah, right? So me and my husband, we were just like, okay, we know that on the day itself, we need to go check ourselves in, check myself in there, to wait for labor and everything like that to deliver. We were just very casually, still going out to eat before we check ourselves in, right? So I understand where Adila coming from when in terms of waiting. I mean, I totally appreciate the fact that our hospital, our medical attention here in Malaysia is actually very excellent already. And there's also a lot of people who actually wants to go to a public hospital also as well. So
I do have a comment on government hospital and private hospital. Okay, I think you already know what happened. Remember, I recently got a biopsy done in government hospital for my throat, right? So this was it was a very unhappy experience. So I got it done, and then I was already nervous. This is my second time getting it done. So the first time was just a stab, and then they'll pull out the cell, and then it's just that. It's like yeah. No, it's not. It's actually very like a simple procedure. So they didn't give me anything for me to sleep or something. No, nothing. And then the second time, it was a ultrasound guided stabbing. So it means they will do ultrasound, and then after that they will stab you. So it's like the nerve, it was very nerve wracking, to be honest, right? And then because I had anxiety naturally, once I came out, I blanked out. I was sitting down there, and then I told my boyfriend, can you go and get MC? Because I need the MC to submit to my ward. And then you know what the nurse said? I mean, I know it's not all nurses, but this is in a government hospital. But the nurse was she was so not nice. She was like, alah, setakat, sikit je, tak boleh ke dia bangun nak tanya MC? She said that, and I felt but I didn't hear it. So my boyfriend told me later after, when I calmed down, when I reached home and all that. And I was like, huh? She could say that, and I immediately got so annoyed. I texted them. I was like, I had such a bad experience with that. But
That's how we got inspiration for this topic.
yeah. But then, right? I think it's not all nurses, but sometimes certain nurses don't have a lot of empathy. Yeah, but and it's not the first experience. I have seen, like, even when like my grandma was like, in the hospital, or like someone else, I have seen like such traits on nurse. But all I've heard about, like, the pediatrician side, like the giving birth side or the delivery side, it was all about good nurses and everything. Like, even my cousin who went to give birth in public hospital, she's told me the same thing. She's like, in public hospital, it's like, all the nurses are nice, especially in the delivery ward. Yeah.
I didn't have a bad experience with the nurses or the doctors. It was actually a very nice. For me, I just felt like I was taken care of, right? Just like in any other hospitals. The only thing I want to say is just that to check in yourself, I waited for 24 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they don't allow me to go back also as well, because when I was checking,
I don't have the patience for that, yeah.
yeah, not everyone has the patience for it. So it's okay to choose otherwise, right? But since we have already decided to go to a public hospital, right? And also because my family has always been working in the government too as well. So I choose to also pick a public hospital to go and deliver our baby. I mean, I didn't, in terms of like service wise and everything, it was actually a very good experience. It's just the only the part of checking in only, right? That where you have to wait for 24 hours to get a room.
The waiting game is quite long in public hospital. But you know what? Even in private, maybe not on the delivery side, but even on the normal side, the waiting game is quite long. Remember, I recently got admitted, right? The waiting game was quite long actually, because the bed was not clear, this, that. A lot of, I was like,
Patience.
yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to go home because the doctor, as they checked me, when the moment I checked myself in already, the doctor gave me a check, and the doctor said I was already 2 cm dilated already. And then I still remember the doctor asking me, Puan, you tak rasa sakit ke? You sudah buka 2 cm tau. And I'm like, tak ada feeling lagi. I mean, but again, different individual will have different different pain experience also as well. It depends on your body tolerance, right? Even the doctor also got said that, maybe because your pain tolerance is a bit higher, because she did tell me that she has seen before patients with 2 cm or 3 cm already sudah like shouting in pain already one. So it all depends on technically, but yes, that's the only experience I would say. 24 hours wait was really too long. I was like heavily pregnant or so, right? But at the end of the day, I got myself checked in. Just a matter of like waiting for the labor, the labor to take place only.
Okay, so because we have talked about your experience in the hospital itself, right? But what about like getting to the hospital? Like, because I've heard about Braxton Hicks, right? Fake contractions, correct? Yeah. So like I know there are multiple occasions you guys felt the contraction and stuff, right? So like how did you know? Okay, because you know that it was this date we need to get admitted. But like how did you know that okay, the baby is here, like the baby is coming out today?
Okay. My experience is that I got the Braxton Hicks. I told you about it, remember?
Oh, yeah.
It was a week before I had to deliver. Suddenly I woke up, I was in pain. My stomach was like, it was very stiff. Then I'm like, what the fuck is this then? Dia macam keras. Yeah. So it's like, I was in pain lah. And then I still remember before going, I'm like, I told my husband, sayang, my tummy hurts so bad. I think it's time. And then he straight away woke up. We just woke up because I wanted to wake up to pee. And then I felt that pain. I'm like, what is this pain? Then I told my husband, okay, I think we gotta go to the hospital because I was so in pain. And then we went to the emergency. They straight away put me in because in the emergency room there's a few beds, right? So they straight away give me a bed. I was like, oh my god, what is this? I'm like on the bed. I'm like, I just cannot. And then they asked me questions, and I'm like, yeah. My husband was just like, I can say he was like scrambling lah, because he go and park the car, and then he came back, he settled the admission, Then they checked, I was only 1 cm, apparently. So I'm like, what is this? I don't know. And then we check in lah. They gave us a room. Then they say then they did every 3 hours, I think, to check on me, because I felt fine after that. After I was admitted, the needle was put in, everything on the hand lah. I was fine, and I'm like, what was it just now? Then they say, oh, probably that's just Braxton Hicks. Then they say if the still 1 cm towards the night, then the next day I can check out already lah. So I'm like, okay. Then check, still 1 cm. So I'm like, okay, fine. Then we just go about our day. The next whole week, we went to makan lah. We go here and there. And then the last day of the checkup, that's when they check that my air ketuban dah kurang already. I told my gynae, the night before I went to pee, I heard like a plop sound inside the toilet bowl, but I see there's nothing. There was a sound of something dropped. It was transparent. So something dropped into the toilet bowl. But when I checked, there was nothing.
Mommy.
There was nothing. And then that's why the day that I did my last checkup, they saw, oh, probably that some of the air ketuban came out. That's why it was lesser. So that's why they had to check me in, induce me, but with Jess, she didn't feel. By 2 cm also, she didn't feel. Dilated 2 cm also, she didn't feel. I felt it, I think around 4-5 cm dilated, because after the induce, it was okay for a few hours. And then it started to happen. The contractions started to happen. That's when I cannot sleep. For the love of God, I cannot sleep. Because every time I sleep, I'm like, oh my God, no, ow, ow, ow. And then my husband will be like, you okay? What do you need? He was sleeping on the chair. So he's like, well, okay, you need anything? And I'm like, no, ow, ow, ow. So they came in. They keep on asking me, nak epidural tak? Then I'm like, no.
Epidural. I mean, it's an individual choice if you want to take epidural or not. So no judgment to those who choose to have epidural, because in terms of like you are the one who is giving birth, okay? So you decide how you want to go through that birthing experience, right? So if you feel like you really can't manage that pain and you still want to beautifully go through that experience, by all means choose epidural, right? And for those who really want to
do
really
it natural,
experience it throughout, in a raw form, by all means also as
go
well.
ahead. Yeah. But for me, I told my husband beforehand already, I don't want epidural. I made it known to myself, to my husband, that I do not want epidural at all. So when they came in and
I tell my husband that too. But on the day of the giving birth, I did the opposite, because the doctor came in and asked me again, okay, and that day, on the day of labor itself, I was supposed to give birth already. The doctor said that you're already 4 cm. Okay. Now I have to ask you this question. Epidural or no epidural? Then when I was hesitating, the doctor says that it is your choice. But I just would like to tell you that by 5 or 6 cm later dilated, you cannot take epidural already. So this is the only time you can take epidural. So I was like, you know what? I would like to have a nice birthing experience. So I decided to choose epidural at the end of the day.
I mean, I get it, because like Jess said, everyone go through it differently. Everyone has a different birthing experience. The whole birthing journey, everyone is different. So this is from our experience in doing it. Like I said, I do not want epidural. The nurse came in, nak epidural tak nak. She came in and asked me multiple times, tak nak. I keep on saying tak nak. I was very adamant on saying tak nak to the epidural, because I told my husband I want to go through it naturally. I want to feel everything, so that it's a memory. It's a core memory to me, for me to like keep, even though it's a scary thing, but it's a core memory for me. Yeah. Can. So, but they did give me painkiller, so that helps. I slept for about a couple of hours. I slept.
That's good enough already,
Yeah. I slept for a couple of hours. That helped. And then the painkiller wore off. Then they gave me the gas. That doesn't help. It was a good feeling, but it didn't help. Then I asked whether can get me another shot of painkiller. They say cannot, because I was
close to giving birth.
close to giving birth already. Because
same case also.
Yeah.
It's they give the epidural is that where I can control myself one, the epidural amount of epidural that I want. But by the time I was by 7 cm already or 8 cm, the nurse was like, okay ma'am, tak ada lagi epidural sekarang you dah nak mula teran already, because it's close to like giving birth already. So they'll say like you need to feel everything. If not, you won't know when is the right time to push. So that is where. But then honestly, even with epidural or no epidural, by 10 cm what epidural, what painkiller? I don't know. Like it doesn't exist lah.
It's different for me because I asked for another shot of painkiller. They say it's not possible to give. So I'm like, okay, fine. Fuck it lah. I just go through the whole contraction thing. Then they check. I was actually still 5 cm dilated, but it's because how to say, the pace of the contraction, the graph paper, right?
Yes, I know.
The graph paper, the contraction was very nice. But what is not nice is that my baby's heartbeat was going down every time there was a contraction.
Okay.
So that's when the doctor, my gynae, was like, okay, Puan, I'm so sorry, but I need to get you for emergency Caesar because this graph doesn't look good. Your contraction graph is good, but your baby's heartbeat graph is not good. It always drops whenever contraction happens. So they don't want to risk it. Even though I still can go, the 5 cm contraction, I can go through it. I like, okay, I tahan only. But it's because they changed me in multiple positions to like make sure the baby is okay. But because they cannot know what's actually happening inside, right? So they say, I'm so sorry, but I think I need to opt you out for emergency. I need to opt you for emergency Caesar. Then me and my husband were like, what the
I just want to know like what was your feeling that time when the doctor told you that you had to go in for a C-section? Because when after they what you call that, they already pecah the air ketuban, right? It was 8:30 a.m. in the morning, right? So the doctor did mention throughout, right? By the time when I was around 3 or 4, I was only 5 cm. The doctor came in and tell me that if I still don't open fully by 8 p.m., they have to push me for emergency C-section already. I was very adamant that I want to go through naturally, right? I didn't want to go through C-section at all. I was actually, the moment I hear that, the doctor said, we cannot wait past 8 p.m. because we already, the air ketuban is pecah already, right? The baby only has a certain time period, right? Where they have to be evacuated already, right? Have to be birthed out already, So that was my feeling when I heard C-section. I am still adamant, to give birth naturally. So thank goodness I did end up giving birth naturally because by 7 p.m., just 1 hour before the time that the doctor said I had to go in for C-section, I was fully dilated. My baby was ready to come out already. So I was actually quite relieved about it lah. So I just want to know, like, for you who has actually went through C-section.
I mean, a lot of things went through my mind because we don't know what's going to happen. I've heard multiple stories of people giving birth through emergency Caesar. Some made it, some didn't make it. So it was actually very scary because you sort of was so-called put under but not fully, right? So when the doctor said that, I'm like, what the fuck already? My face and my husband's face is like, what the fuck? Because we die want a natural birth, which the doctor said I can. It's just that the baby's graph wasn't very nice. So I'm like, okay lah. And then I say to the doctor, okay, whatever it is to take the baby out. Because I'm worried also, like, what if I wait longer, something happened to my baby, I think I would menyesal seumur hidup lah, I would say. I will regret it for the rest of my life, right? So, okay lah, I was going through the contract. They were prepping the OT, and then they were prepping me wearing the head, the head cap, and then time nak contraction lah, doctor want to explain to me about the TNC, blah, 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 blah. I'm like...
Well, I guess because it's surgery, right? Every surgery comes with a
Yes, correct. They want to have my consent lah to do the surgery. In my heart, like in my head, I'm like, go and ask my husband to do this lah. Why you asking me? But I get it because I'm the one. I am the mother. I am the one going through it, right? So it's okay, fine. So the doctor, honestly, when the doctor explained to me, like, It went to my left ear, out to my right. I'm like, okay. And then it's like, puan sign sini, I was going through the contraction, okay? I couldn't think. I'm like, okay. They prep everything. Then apparently my husband has a viewing, has a meeting with a client that day. It was just next door to the hospital. So we asked the doctor how long does it take to do all this. The doctor said within an hour. So he's like, oh okay, because I got work, then can I just go and then come back? The doctor said, yeah, fine, go ahead. Dah settle nanti we bagi tahu. Wow, dah settle dah settle nanti we bagi tahu. So I'm like, oh okay. Then he's like, okay. He was like panicking. He doesn't know what to do. I was just on the bed. I'm like, yeah, push me, man. I don't know, man. Just push me to the OT.
Just get my baby out.
Just get my baby out.
As long as he's safe,
Yes.
I'm happy.
Yes, correct. So I'm like, okay lah, I'm just on the bed. They're prepping me already. I look at my husband look at me. And then I'm like, I can know already my husband is, who's not worried? Everyone's worried, right? So I'm on the bed. I'm like, oh, okay, don't cry. I'm fine. Then I can see my husband's face is like very worried lah. Oh my God. I'm getting teary.
Shoot, there's no tissue.
Where's the tissue?
It's such I would say it's a memory that I like to remember lah.
Oh.
Wait, let me get the tissue.
It's a beautiful memory, guys.
Beautiful memory.
It's a beautiful memory. Then I can see.
Coming.
Oh my
Tissue
God.
coming, but it's okay. All these are all beautiful memories.
Beautiful
I had
memories,
a
man.
beautiful memory too. Giving birth.
Yeah.
Just different from yours.
Yes, a bit different. And then I can see my husband's face was very worried lah. But then I like mouthed to him like, it's fine. Because I don't want to cry in front of him. I said, it's fine. I just mouthed it to him only. But I can see his face was very worried. Okay, then in front of we reached to the OT. I was surprised that he couldn't come in because from what I know of, there are some hospitals, private hospitals actually, allow the husband to be in. But for my private hospital, they didn't allow. So I'm like, huh? Tak boleh masuk? So, puan, suami puan tak boleh masuk. I'm like, my life. Lagilah, I'm like, lagilah nervous, kan? And then the doctor was like, the nurses all were talking. Then the nurse was like, okay puan, salam suami, cakap kat dia jumpa jap lagi. Then I'm like, okay. I hold out my tears already. Then I salam my husband lah. Then like he just kissed my forehead and said, it's fine, you're strong for doing all this. Then I'm like, then I cried on the bed. And then, the nurse I tell you the nurse like, kenapa nak nangis, tak apa, okay je, jangan risau. I'm like, just let me be. Let me have my moment.
I know how it feels.
Right. No, just let me have my moment with my husband, please, okay? Go. Then my husband was like, I'll be waiting outside. Then I'm like, okay. Then I said, I see you later. Then I said, okay lah. Then they pushed me in. My husband just looking at me. He's like, then I'm like, lagi lah I macam Then I'm like, just like that. Then the door closed and I don't see him anymore. Then they just straight away prep me in lah.
Feel like
I feel like I'm living in the same experience as Adila as well.
Oh no. Okay, from what I know that Adila did not have her husband in, like as she explained, you do not have your husband in there. Yeah. Oh, by the way, the reason why I'm not talking a lot is because I'm interviewing because I'm the host, and I'm also very traumatized from sitting from the side. So please, so it's okay if you see more of them in this episode. But Jess, you had your husband in the labor room, right? How was that experience?
Okay, so when you go to government hospital, actually, the moment you are pushed into the labor room, they really fully encourage your husband to be part of that birthing experience. I'm unsure about the C-sec part of it, whether if husband is allowed also as well under the government hospital, because I didn't go through that. But for the ones who actually go through naturally, husbands are fully 100% encouraged to be there. In fact, the nurse will ask you like, husband mana? And I said, husband on the way. Then this is where my husband was there throughout from the time they actually break my air ketuban, right? And then from 8:30 a.m. all the way up until the time that I was ready to push. I still remember by the time I was like, we were both waiting out there, we were both nervously waiting for the time when it's fully dilated, right? So by the time it was, I think 6 p.m. or 6:30 like that, I was like, I can feel that strong sensation, that sensation for those normal people who feels like they want to take a big dump. Like you really want to dump so badly.
Is that the ring of fire feeling?
I wouldn't say it's a ring of fire, I know those, I have heard before of moms who said, who mentioned this term of ring of fire, the moment when they reach 10 cm fully dilated. Okay? So, yeah!
No.
Show me.
I think so.
Oh my
I
god.
know you guys 10 cm, but okay.
I won't cry out of what just happened. I'll cry out of terror in this episode. That's what it feels like.
So yeah, I honestly, there is a term like for ring of fire when the moment you're fully dilated, right? But I just know that I know that moment where I know I need to push very badly. It's that feeling where you know that you're having a stomach ache and you really need to go to the toilet very badly. That kind of feeling, like you really need to push something out of you.
Oh, you know what? When you have when you have diarrhea and you're or constipated. When you're constipated, they will put a liquid in your bum one for babies and stuff. I forgot what's the thing.
What's that thing called?
I forgot what's the thing. But yeah, when the minute you put that in, in your butt, you'll feel like you need to push out one.
You really need to push out your poo very badly.
Yeah.
I think they did give that to us. Remember the ubat that they put in to clear out our tummy?
But the thing is that I didn't, they didn't ask me anything to clear out, I was very surprised also as well, actually. But because from my breakfast was at 7 a.m., but the moment I was pushed into labor room, I was not allowed to eat already. I was not allowed to eat anything throughout. Thank goodness when I push, because when you push, you need to really use your energy to push. I didn't push out any poop lah. Because if you have ever heard of any moms out there who are pushing,
Enema, they call it enema.
enema. No, I was not given that at all to clear out before I give birth. Yeah, but I've heard of moms who push really hard to the point where
Poo come out.
poo also come out already one. But thank goodness I didn't. So it was actually a very nice, a nice experience for me. The only part I know is that it's just a feeling that I really want to push very badly. But that ring of fire, honestly, I don't know how to describe it, whether it's a ring of fire or not. But I just know by the time I want to push out, right, I was just concentrating on just pushing. I cannot remember anything else.
I have a question. Why do they call it ring of fire?
Because it's so burning. It's a burning sensation.
I think that one is like the last push, if I'm not mistaken. Betul-betul when the baby hits about to come out. I think that's what they call it.
Anybody who has experienced this, please comment so that we will also know. Let's traumatize each other.
But the thing is that I didn't really felt that ring of fire. I was so concentrated on pushing my baby out because the nurses are there and they are encouraging me to push out, There's okay, mommy, you're almost there already, okay? And then I still remember at that one point when the nurse said okay, your baby is almost there already, okay? And then she asked daddy, ayah, you punya anak sudah dah nak keluar, you nak datang tengok tak?
Why would the nurse do that?
They encourage father to be part of that birthing experience. So this is the best part about being in government hospital, right? They wanted both of us, the husband and wife, to actually experience it together. So the nurse actually asked, because both me and my husband, we did say that, we made an agreement, say that, okay, you don't go and look, okay, or else it will traumatize you, we were both agreeing on that part already. So when the nurse actually asked my husband to come and actually look at the baby coming out from me, we were both looking at each other. I still got that time, to look at my husband. My husband looking at me, I'm like, how? It's like the unspoken words of hey, how? Then the nurse asked again, ayah datang lah, you tunggu apa lagi? Then my husband, no choice, just go in front there and just look at it already.
Wait, Eric, how was your experience?
How do you feel when you were looking at the shame of the baby come? Like that lor.
What kind of answer is this?
Like that lor.
Scary?
Was it a beautiful view or a?
Oh my God.
It's an alright view, guys. It's an alright view for him.
Asked my husband, like, how was it, you know? Was it bloody? That was the first question that I asked, because like there's a lot of like, you know, videos and shows, right, that they show like, oh, when you are giving birth, there's a lot of blood. My husband said, hardly a lot of blood at all. It's just like, you know, just the baby head coming out. Literally, is at the hole there, you know, coming out.
I'm so glad that you guys don't have to see it, you know, like coming out. You guys only feel.
Also, so the only person who actually saw the whole thing is actually my husband. Yeah. So after that, it's just, you know, stitching up lah, huh? That is where the. But before the stitching part, I had something what is called a manual remover. Yeah, I think I told you.
Oh my god, no! I don't want to listen to this. Oh my god.
So technically, after you give birth to the baby, you need to also have another second round of giving birth, which is the placenta. Technically, the placenta should also come out naturally once the baby comes out.
So you have to push it out, is it?
Yes, I have to push it out one. So once the baby come out already, they cut already the string there. The second round is to push out the placenta.
Girl, the umbilical cord. She uses the word string, guys. The cord, the what?
Umbilical cord.
Umbilical cord.
No, it was the connection to the mother and the kid. String, guys.
Anyway, it's called umbilical cord.
Dear Lord.
But then, right, like, because, you know, the manual removal, I have an idea, because you have already told me about this, but let's... Yeah. No, why not? Let's share. Let's more traumatize more. What happens? Because, like, the reason why they manually remove is because it cannot be retracted.
Yeah, so they tried, right? So after I give birth already, they will try to massage my tummy there to push out the placenta, right? But the thing is that after trying a few times already, placenta couldn't come out at all. So they had no choice. But to do this procedure called manual remover. What this means is that the doctor will put in the hand into my shame, okay, to kind of forcefully take out the placenta.
Oh my god, so no tools used?
No, it's just really not just the hand.
It's a beautiful experience, guys. It's a beautiful experience.
Every mom, not every woman goes through this, so it depends on whether your placenta can also come out naturally after that. But in my case, there was that issue, so I had to go through it, and honestly, it's really not a pleasant experience at all.
I can tell. I can tell. I can feel it in my bones right now. But okay, so like we have walked through about like. We only have a few more questions left, by the way. So, like, we have walked through about your experiences in two different institutes, like public and private. And then we have talked about, like, you know, what are the experiences, how you guys pushed out the baby, how the doctor had to manually insert the hands.
I will tell you how the doctor removed my baby through scissor. They injected, I think, the ubat bius, I think.
Epidural, is it?
I'm not too sure. It's a bit different, I feel, but it's more or less the same needle as epidural lah.
Oh yeah, by the way, talking about the needle. Epidural needle. Okay, I'm really not trying to scare, but if you want to like those moms who are preparing to give birth also, usually you will also want to find out more about the birthing process. One of it is that you probably see some videos of the epidural needle. Yeah, the epidural needle is pretty long. Like, I have no idea how long is it, but because I didn't see it when it was poked into my spine, by the way, Yeah, so it's actually the needle has to be poked into there is this little space between your skin and the spine there. So if it's not done right, technically it has some effect to it one like if it's not done correctly. But yes, I only saw it after I finished giving birth. The next day when the doctor take out the whole the epidural needle.
They only take it out next day. They don't take it out immediately.
No, it was not taken out immediately.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
Important question. Is this a myth? They say that epidural leave long-term effects. Like they say that some mother, they still experience the pain. They, lie down for too long, or whenever they bend down or anything, they still feel the pain. Do you still feel that?
No, actually, I only felt it. Okay, after taking out, maybe for the first few months, I may feel just like, how like there's a bruising kind of feeling, but that's it. Then after that, I don't really feel, because I also have heard of this myth of epidural. That's also one of the reasons why I didn't want to have epidural also as well, because it's a long-lasting, long-term effect, But for me, I was lucky. The doctor who actually put it in, she did it super amazing. I didn't feel anything also. Even after that also, after taking out and everything, only just maybe the bruising feeling only for a few months after that. But no, I don't really feel much of it in the spine.
But after pushing it all, you barely will feel it, right? Because you already have a lot of pain going on here.
Right, you're right. So, but the effect after that is that, for me, I didn't feel it. But there was a lady who was in a bed next to me, right, who actually went through that, to mention that it actually gave her a lot of pain. So I guess it's also individual body.
So it's not myths lah. So it is like, there is a possibility lah.
Yeah, it depends on the body. I feel like.
I think it's a bit different than how I felt it, because at our spine, the tailbone there, right? I cannot sit like too long, for me. Probably because of as what my mother mentioned, it could be the side effects of going through the Caesar lah, because of the needle poking in. Because I do not, as Jess mentioned, like I do not know how it actually looks like. I just know from the pictures, from the videos, which is a bad move.
I remember you were scrolling through TikTok and then she's like, fuck, I saw epidural needle.
Me too. I also saw it too just right before I gave birth. But sometimes you're just curious. You just need to know.
Yep. I watch the videos, the pictures, is because I want to know what's actually going in my body, right? But it's a bit different for me. I'm not sure whether they use epidural or if it's a different thing, but they abuse me lah. So it's the same place where they put in the epidural, where they cucuk, right? The doctor told me to just duduk macam udang, like
You hunch.
Yeah, hunch yourself, and then you hug a pillow lah. Then they walk me through everything. They say, okay puan, kita nak cucuk ubat bius, akan rasa sejuk sikit. Tapi puan jangan gerak ya, sebab nak cucuk kat tulang belakang. I'm like okay.
Same. The one thing that asked me to, the doctor asked me is like, don't move at all.
Don't move. So I'm like, okay lah. So there was a pillow there in front of me. So it really helped, and I didn't move lah. So I was just like, but I felt the needle going in. I felt the ubat bius going in. It was damn cold lah. The ubat was damn cold, and somewhere in the OT, right, it was damn cold. So, and then after that, they lay me down. Then I started to lose feelings already towards the half, like from the tummy below lah.
Anesthesia, I think.
I think so.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Then I think they gave me something. I forgot. But I felt a bit drowsy also lah.
I have a fun thing to tell about Adila's birthing experience. This is me who experienced it. So what happened was, right after she gave birth, because I texted her to ask her. So the only way we got to know that Adila gave birth is because she sent a GIF that literally is like package delivering. It's a GIF on our WhatsApp group. All right. It was a group with like our another colleague on, yeah. And then I immediately texted her and I asked her, are you okay? Are you cool? Do I have to text her husband or all that? And then I did not expect her reply. I expected her to reply me at night. This bitch called me right after she gave birth. She's like, D, I'm drowsy. I'm like, okay, why are you calling me? She's like, I just want to let you know that, I gave birth, blah, blah, blah. I don't think she remembered a single thing she told me. But she said that, oh, the birthing experience, I cannot feel anything. But I can feel them cutting my body lah, bringing the baby out lah. But like, the whole time, I was just like, huh? But yeah, she called me right after. So I was the first person who she called. I'm not sure whether who else she called, but like, I would like to think that I'm the first person she called right after baby boy was born. And she was telling me everything, and then she's like, okay, dear, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm still very drowsy.
Yeah, I honestly I don't remember, but I do remember sending the message package delivered lah.
Yeah.
So we had a joke, inside joke lah with the four of us saying that, oh, if I gave birth, I'm just gonna send a gift saying, no, package delivered already. So y'all know that I gave birth already lah. So I mean, yeah, but like what Dee said, I don't remember calling her actually, but I did apparently. When they put on everything, I felt drowsy. Okay, I felt drowsy. Then they told me, Puan kalau nak tidur boleh tidur, tak apa, okay je semua ni. And then I'm like, okay, but I didn't sleep. Apparently they say I talk a lot.
Oh wow.
Which I don't remember also.
I mean, are we surprised?
I mean, yeah.
We are not surprised, right?
Yeah.
That's
So-
why we are still talking here.
Yeah, still talking here. So apparently I talk a lot during the whole thing. I was like asking questions. Oh, ni apa, ni apa, ni apa. Like I couldn't just shut my mouth for just like 1 hour. Nope, I had to talk. So they put like a blinds in front of me. There was like so many nurses inside there. There was like my gynae. Yeah, there was my gynae, and then there was an assistant doctor, I think, and then the rest of it was all the nurses lah. I think there was like about 10 people inside the.
team project.
Yeah, probably I'm just like a guinea pig for them to see, you know.
Oh my God.
So I'm like, okay lah. Then apa nama ni, they put the blinds on me. Then they say they will sapu those, like, you know, this ubat kuning thing that we sapu if there's like a wound. Iodine, yeah. They wanted to, they sapu the iodine
Before they cut it.
before they cut. Yeah, so they sapu the iodine on my tummy. I felt lah, because it was cold. I felt the cold sensation. So I'm like, okay. Then because I was laying down ma, so I looked up. There was the spotlight.
Yeah.
Kan, the spotlight too. I saw a reflection
Oh my.
of my tummy, then putting the iodine. Then I'm like, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna look. But
It is such a wrong placement of the construction.
maybe they want to have the spotlight, which is a better view for them to, you know, where to cut everything.
No, bukan. Why would they have a reflective spotlight?
Because it's not a reflective spotlight. You know, when the spotlight, they have like a 5 bulbs, right? Shh. They have like bulbs, right? So
It's in between there.
it's in between the thing where I saw my reflection. Then I'm like, nope. I'm not gonna look. So I was just looking left and right. I was looking at the nurses behind me. I'm like, just talking shit lah, I think. I do not know what I was talking. I don't remember anything. Then they did the whole thing. I wasn't looking at all. And then the doctor sempat like go over to the blinds and then told me, oh, tali pusat dekat leher, keliling leher. So the umbilical cord was around my son's neck. So that's why that figures why the heartbeat went down, because the contraction can at the umbilical cord, right? So yeah, that's why it like macam in a way choking him
I
lah.
was that baby also.
Honestly, I was that baby also. So my son followed me lah, I think.
no.
Yeah. So
It was twisted around my neck.
yeah.
So yeah.
But moms out there, don't blame yourself.
Don't.
Okay? Yeah, if you're ever in this kind of, find yourself in this kind of situation, I'm very familiar with moms, you know, those kind of moms guilt where you felt like, oh no, did I not do something right
Yep.
that causes my child to
Yep.
this kind of situation? No, it's
Yep.
not. This kind of thing, most of the time you can't really control.
Yep,
right?
correct. Because I blame myself for that happening. But I did it. But after that, it's like, okay, things happen. Dah, kalau Allah kata benda nak jadi, jadilah. Kan? So I'm like, okay. Then they cut me open. The doctor told me because the umbilical cord was around the neck. I don't feel any pain. It's just I feel tugging. Like people like...
Oh, like
tugging, like pulling. I only felt that pulling. So I can feel like, but I can feel like down there they pulling lah. So I'm like, okay, whatever is happening there happens lah, right? Then after a while, they were doing, and I heard my baby. No, not yet. They told me. One of the nurse told me, puan, saya nak tekan perut puan daripada atas sebab nak bagi baby keluar. So I'm like. Okay. I'm like, I don't know what she meant by that. Then she said like, puan akan rasa senak sikit. Senak is like
full.
No, like someone pressing your tummy. So puan akan rasa senak sikit. So I'm like, okay, akan rasa sakit sikit puan. Then I'm like, okay, because I don't know what to expect, right? So she went behind me. She was pushing my tummy from the top.
Oh my God.
Dear Lord, that was the most painful thing I felt during the whole OT. That is the most painful thing that I felt. Because she was pushing and I'm like, oh my God. Because push the baby out, right? So they push, and then after that I heard my baby cry. So I'm like, oh, then I straight away cried. Because I'm like, and I'm like, oh, my baby's out. So I heard him crying. Damn loud, okay? Damn loud. He was crying. And then even the doctor, I think it was a different experience for you because straight away skin to skin because after you gave birth, right? Yeah.
I have something to say about this.
Wait, hold on. I finish up first. And then the doctor was like, bring the baby to me. Betul puan, anak puan baby boy. The KUKUJIAO was in my face lah. Then I'm like, okay. So they clean up him lah, because I was seeing them put in the the warmer.
Yeah, warmer.
They put him inside them. Then I can see that they were doing something because a few liquids went into his lung. He telan. So they had to like pump it out lah. So I was like looking, I'm like, fuck, is my son gonna be okay? I was like looking at the whole time, And then they gave the baby to me, then they put on me skin to skin. I was like crying, then the doctor wiped my tears, the nurse wiped my tears. Well, they were stitching me up. I do not know what happened down there. I was just like looking at my son. I'm like, but the first thing when I look at my son, I'm like, my husband's nose. My husband's nose. But so he the whole thing was less than an hour actually. Then they said they pushed me to the waiting area. I think that the baby go to the nursery. I slept, I think it was about 1 hour, because I remember the nurse waking me up, and then I'm like, because I can feel my mouth open, I'm like, I slept like that. So they gave me water. Then they said they will push me back to the room lah. Then when they pushed me out, I saw my husband was just like standing like in front of the OT, like just waiting like that. And then I just like nothing just happened. Just like, hi, just hi. Then Aiman was like, my husband was like, you okay? He was like, you okay? Yeah. So yeah, that's my story.
Okay, before that, I have to say that we had this discussion in office before. Skin to skin. Okay, so you know how skin to skin means they didn't wipe the baby, they immediately will put on your skin. Correct?
Talk about this.
Yes. And this bitch, okay, Jess was really nice because Jess had her first experience. She immediately had the skin to skin.
No, I didn't manage to skin to skin.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because after that I had to go through the manual removal.
Oh, ew.
Because of that also, I was heavily sedated, right? So after that, they had no choice. The nurses have to bring my baby up to the room first while they go through that procedure with me lah. But I was too heavily sedated already. Yeah, because of that because of the procedure. So I didn't manage to get skin to skin until the next day when I was like fully okay already. Then yes.
Oh my god, you know why? Because when we were discussing about this, I'm not sure what was the discussion. And we were discussing about this, we were talking about how disgusting it is for the baby to be on us immediately after the removal. Okay, first of all, don't judge us. This is from someone who has never given birth, who is almost giving birth at that time, and who has given birth but heavily sedated, okay? So we had no idea how it was, but the process just looked a little unclean and unhygienic, okay? So she was like, I am not gonna, if the nurse bring the baby without washing it, I'm not gonna put him on me.
I remember saying to Dee about this whole topic, I'm like, ew, clean the baby. That was me before giving birth lah. But throughout the whole thing, I'm like, oh, give me my son. Give me my son. I don't think about the
But
cleaning.
you told me that they washed.
They
did
clean.
clean him up,
They
yeah.
clean him, and then only they put him on me, to try to latch,
Yeah.
try to
Yeah,
latch,
yeah.
and then skin to skin. But then I'm like.
But I think like, okay, those experience were like your first time having the baby on you and all this kind of experience, right? But with that experience said, like once the baby was out, of course you're much more relief and stuff, right? But then I heard that the pain will hit after that. Like the pain as in like, I'm not talking about like, taking care of the baby or not. I'm talking about the physical pain. Because like when you were on that time when you're giving birth, it's gonna be like a lot of like overwhelming feelings and you have a lot of anxious anxiety and all that, right? So you won't really feel the pain. I mean, of course you feel the pain, but like right after you give birth, that's when you'll be like the affected area, and then like a lot of other pains that comes with it because you are lying down for a very long time and then all that. So like how was the pain? Is it like much more worse when you're compared to try to push, or and another thing is that because you gave birth that normally and like you gave birth through C-sec, what was the healing process? Like, is it quite long? Is it like, compared to normal delivery, is it quite long? And how was it, the whole experience? Jess?
Okay, so for me, the pain of giving birth is on the spot itself. That's what they say, right? And honestly, it's for me, it's more of like the motion of pushing out the baby that is the painful part. But I wouldn't say it's so painful to the point that it's caught the ring of fire, right? So again, like I mentioned earlier, that pain tolerance between individuals are very different, right? And also furthermore, I was actually on epidural already before they actually stopped the epidural, so that they say that I can fully feel the pushing part of things. So it was more of that manual removal procedure, right? Because of that painkiller and everything. Even when the stitching part happens also, I don't really feel much of anything. In fact, when I still remember, when the nurse is like stitching me, we were both talking there. Like as if like it's just another
Girl talk.
Yeah, another girl's talk moment only. I still remember we were just talking very casually only. Then I was just there, and then the nurse is just there stitching only lor. Then I also got even asked the nurse, like, tear sampai mana ini? Oh, then the nurse will say, second degree tear sahaja.
Sahaja dia cakap.
No, because second degree is like still okay lah, manageable lah. If you go anything that's above it, it's actually near your anus there, which is that
Your
bad part lah.
your bum there.
That one is very bad already. Second degree is actually quite normal for those who need to snip one down there. Yeah, if you snip down there, that one is... Yeah, you need to snip down there so that it can widen further for the baby's head to come out. So yeah, honestly, I have no idea at all they snip it until the nurse just stitch on. I'm like...
They won't inform you?
No, they didn't. They didn't inform me at all.
Dear Lord.
They did not. I have no idea that even snip it. I was just too focused on pushing the baby out. I mean, it's just normal. In fact, the snipping part also can be optional. But I think if you choose to be in government hospital, they will do whatever that is necessary to push the baby out first. That is a primary responsibility in that portion there. But optionally, I think moms can actually choose whether to snip or not to snip. But there is this mention that if you don't snip and and it tear during the pushing, it's actually much painful and much worse. So the snipping makes the pushing out the area there, injury area there not so, doesn't get too serious. It's much more easier when it comes to
control.
control, and more stitching back also much more easier and not as less painful. So yeah, for me it's a very clean cut, right? So honestly, during I don't even know when the snipping, I was not aware of it at all. Even when they were stitching me also, I didn't feel any pain. So it was actually just normal to me. It really looks as if like it's very normal. Like me and the nurse, we were just talking there very normally. And then after that,
She still got the time to yap someone.
yeah, I know, right? So after that, I was pushed out. But because I was so heavily sedated, I just immediately KO'd. But just know that the moment you give birth, you will immediately have a lot of blood coming out already. It's just like a period. Your menstrual month like that, when you have already your menstrual flow. It's just a little bit more than usual, right? So I still remember I just woke up myself at 5 a.m. in the morning. And I already can feel that my bottom is very wet. So I already know it's very heavy, and I need to change the sanitary pad. That was the first thing I dread. Because the painkiller is already like, you're wearing off already, right? Can feel the effect, but it's not as strong anymore. So that was getting out of the bed and taking the first pee is actually my most scariest moment after, in that healing process of things, the first step of it. It's a fresh wound.
Yep.
I had no choice, right? I was so scared. I just tell myself, you know what? I stand up to pee.
This is a funny part because I laugh at it.
I had to stand up to pee. The idea of just even sitting down to pee is just because the pee flows inward, right? And it's a fresh wound. So I'm so scared it will sting. So I just stand up and pee only.
I mean, whatever to make sure that it doesn't hurt, right?
Clean it, right? And at the same time, I didn't even want to touch that area at all because it's just so sensitive. So I just, as long as I keep it clean, and I get to pee and I change, that's fine with me already. So yeah, that was my first experience, step in that healing process that gets me really. But after that, it's actually quite quite smooth lah when it comes to healing. It's actually quite fast when it comes to healing.
I mean, it's different for me because the pain is after. After the whole surgery thing, I was bedridden for like 24 hours. They told me not to move whatsoever. Then if I want to shift my sleeping position, I have to do it very slowly. So I'm like, okay. And I didn't know that they put in the peeing bag. I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know. They put it in, and I also didn't know that there was a pad underneath. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like 24 hours I was bedridden. And then the next day, the nurses came in there. My husband was sleeping. I told them, no need to wake him up. Just let him be. So they helped me clean my body. They wiped me from the whole area. They wiped me down, and then they changed my clothes. They changed my pad. They changed the peeing bag.
You become a baby when you give birth to a baby.
Yeah. So I was. They really helped me. They were so good. I forgot those two nurses' name, but they were so good. I mean, bless their hearts. They were so nice, so good. Just very, very attentive. Yeah. Attentive. So the pain was after when I had to, because they told me to try to get up and walk. The getting up was painful. The walking was painful. The sitting was painful. The laughing, the sneezing, the coughing. It was just painful for me.
Yeah, I heard of some experience for those moms where
Yeah.
that was the first. It's always the after.
Yep.
Yeah, that
Correct.
you get the full force of that.
Yeah. So
That pain.
that is just wow. Then I had to walk. They had to wheelchair me everywhere for me in order for me to walk. So even at home also they had to they have a spare wheelchair just in case. So they take me from the car, wheelchair me to the room, everything. I was just very painful. I was very scared for you. You were scared you were scared to pee, right?
Yeah, the first pee. But
Yeah.
I forgot to mention the second one I was scared is that they always had their round, right? Around 6 a.m. like that. So the doctor came, right? 6 a.m. round. They had to check the wound, the stitch wound at the bottom there. For them to check, they had to prop it. Yeah, I had to go through the propping. I was like, oh my god, it's a fresh wound, my god. But then I understand why they had to prop it, because they had to make sure that the wound is nicely stitched and it didn't open. Yeah, so but it was so uncomfortable, my god.
I get it. I understand the pain, but I didn't go through it to understand it clearly because I had a different experience. For you, your pain is to pee, to poo-poo and all that, right?
Poo is still fine because it didn't tear all the way to the edges
Okay,
there.
so the pee lah.
So it's just a peeing part only because it will definitely flow inward.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, correct.
Yeah.
For me, the scary part was to shower because it's that's a wound.
External wound lah.
Yeah, so it was an external wound. So I was so very scared to shower. So my husband had to do everything for me. He had to help me wear the maternity pad. He needed to help me to put me in the toilet on the toilet bowl, lift me up, so everything. I said sorry to him multiple times. I said, I'm so sorry you had to do this. I'm so sorry you had to see all this. And then he said the most sweetest thing ever that made me cry. He was like, kalau tak ada I, siapa lagi nak jaga you? And then he was like, you dengan I je kan? Then I'm like, then I straight away cry in front of him. And then he's like, tak apa, it's okay. You're strong enough to go through all this. So I'm like, but the pain of walking is just crazy. But thank God, the stitch, right, the doctor did, was very fine. It was a fine line. So it was a very, I don't want to look at it, but my husband was like, tengoklah, it's fine. It's not that scary. Then I saw it was a very fine line, which is very nice. But it's just that my boy was very, very active. He likes to kick whenever he sleeps. So he kicks there. So it took a while. It took quite a while for me to heal because I heard from people that in order to heal fully from the seizure, it takes about 6 months to a year. So I'm not fully there yet because I can see that my wound, there were times that my wound was like, sometimes it was wet. It cannot be wet. It has to be very dry. So I might have to put the medicine, the cream, right? Oh, the cream was painful. It was stinging. Yeah, so he had to put the cream, and then with my boy kicking me in his sleep, so he kicked there, so it became much more painful. But I can say that I was able to walk properly in a matter of 2 weeks. But different people, different way of going through it, different people. But for me, Alhamdulillah, I got to walk properly in 2 weeks. But that also I had to because my son, for the love of God, will cry bloody murder if we are late to feed him. So I had to be fast for everything. I don't feel it during that time. But when after it was done, my husband is feeding him, then I sit down, then only I'm like, oh shit, the pain is there. But during the whole thing, it doesn't hurt. But the sleeping and it was painful. It was damn painful for me. Yeah.
Paham. Oh my god. Okay, so the after experience is always even more painful compared to the actual birthing process.
Yeah.
For me, it's like a special case because of the placenta thing also as well. Yes, it's actually okay. Like the first is only like really literally an hours after that healing portion is the most difficult one. But after that, it's actually quite smooth. But the special thing about it is that 2 weeks later, I birthed out the placenta, remaining placenta. Yeah, it wasn't fully cleaned out. Okay, so I birthed out the additional placenta out in the bathroom.
So basically, she gave birth twice lah. She gave birth twice. One the baby, one the placenta.
Was it painful?
No, it was not. Actually, it was not at all because it was like
It was just like period, is it?
It's like big, but it's not small either. It's quite like this size, but it just slides out like that. Suddenly, oh no, I was just showering and then I felt a very heavy feeling at the bottom there, and then I move a little bit, pop, just slide out like that only. Yeah, there was no feeling, no whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
But I'm glad.
I'm glad too.
I didn't go through it. it was already brought out with the baby.
Good job. But I think, okay, that was our very, very interesting topic, yeah? An interesting, very detailed experience of two ladies giving birth. One from government private, another one is from private, and one to a baby girl, and another one to a baby boy, and also one to a normal delivery and another one through C-section. So it's good to, I think it's a very knowledgeable experience to share also, because I think first time moms sometimes they get too in their head and they follow a lot of like people giving advice and stuff. It can get overwhelming, because I have seen this to go through a lot of overwhelming details also. So it is very important. But before we end this, let's give a advice, like a final advice for first time moms, and it's best that it comes from you. Because both of you, because you guys went through it, and I'm pretty sure you guys also know about things like postpartum depression. And that's not a topic that we want to discuss today, but it is something that we want to eventually discuss one day, maybe.
But now it's more of like acknowledging that postpartum is real. It just depends on how each individual goes through this moment.
While tackling that, we also want to give you one last advice for first-time moms, especially on this whole process. Okay, so we start with Adila.
I would say just enjoy. Enjoy the journey, because
Everything you just said, where was the enjoyment part?
okay, the enjoyment part comes after, because yes, you go through a lot before giving birth, but after, I can tell you, it's a beautiful journey. Okay, it's worth it going through all that. For me, I enjoyed the whole thing, because I always wanted to be a mom, and I always wanted to be a boy mom. So, thank God, God gave me a baby boy, a very beautiful, healthy baby boy. I would just say, just enjoy the journey and just be in it together with your partner, because you guys are a team in this. It's not you and the baby, it's not the husband and the baby, it's not just you, it's not just the husband, it's not just the baby. No, you guys are together in a team. You have your own small little family. Cherish it, enjoy it. I can say that.
Lovely advice, Adila. I really agree. But so for me, she has always wanted to be a mom, but for me, it's the opposite. Yeah, I wasn't really ready to be a mom either, actually. But the blessing came, right? So at the beginning, it did take me some time to embrace that blessing. But when you fully embrace it, you go through the natural process of preparing for the delivery of the baby. And the very most precious thing is that when you feel the baby kick in you, that is the time when you really will, oh my God, you realize that you are growing a human inside of you. And that is a blessing itself already, right? So embrace that whole journey. Not everyone wants to be a mom, and not everyone wants to choose to be a mom.
I like how she looks at me. It's true, guys. I do not want to be a mom. I am a great auntie. I have a lot of anak buas, so it's fine.
Choice. At the end of the day, it's a choice, right? So don't feel pressured by society or anyone else if you don't feel like you're ready for it. Nobody should be forced into being a mom, because being a mom means just it's beyond, above and beyond just carrying the baby, you know. It's really going into taking care of the baby, ensuring that the baby grows up healthy, you know, and the teaching and the guiding part of it, it doesn't end in just giving birth. It's a whole long process of looking after them until they're at an adult age. So yeah, and I agree, okay, that it's a two-person, it's a team, right? Two-person has to be in it, you know, in the whole process of it, right? So, and I just want to say, like, don't get angry with each other in this whole process. I know this feeling very well. I went through it. I went through this whole emotion myself. I went through this whole phase myself also as well. It's 1 whole year of it. it's a long process, okay? It's a long process. Be patient, okay? Be patient. All I can say is be patient and be understanding of each other's feelings in this whole phase.
I think that is a very sound advice, and also not forgetting for single moms out there who are going through their first time, pregnancy without a partner. There are a lot of support groups. There are a lot of people who are willing to listen. So you're not alone out there. Okay. So I hope you guys go through a very healthy delivery, and hopefully things will get better in the future.
I just want to add, if it's whether you're a single mom, you have your partner, or you're a young mom and an older mom, no matter what it is, you are strong for going through all of it. Okay, a mother is the strongest person I know. After going through it, and then I realized that my mom was a strong person going through all of this. So shout out to all mothers, no matter what's your status, your age and everything, you are strong to go through it all.
Very sound advice, very, very, very emotional and traumatic experience that we have discussed also. And also for those who are not planning to have kids, like me, and who are not planning to, who don't think motherhood is for them, it's okay. You're not any less of a woman, because I believe that, motherhood is beautiful thing, but not having it is also fine. If anybody ever try to put you down because of that, it is they are not the right person for you, and you're not within the right crowd. So it's okay. It's your decision in the end. It's your life. You're gonna be sleeping in the grave anyway. So you decide what you want to do. Okay. All right. So I think that's all from us. Thank you so much for listening to our podcast, and it is a very, very knowledgeable podcast today, and we had a lot of different experience. Please don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube. Follow, like, and share on all of our social media platforms. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have Spotify. So please follow all that, and then like, subscribe. And if you want to share your experiences, you can actually drop a comment in the comment box.
I will be more than happy to see and read through.
Yeah.
So because again, every woman out there has different experience.
Yeah, and we also want to kind of collect the community of sharing the experience, so that we know that we are not alone. So, and that's all from us. Thank you so much. Once again, this is Nasi Campur Girls
Podcast.
And
we will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.
bye-bye.